Hello, students. Welcome back to Gyanmanjari Vidyapith online education. Students, I hope that you all are fine and safe at your home. Students, in this unit, the name is Ranga's marriage. In last video lecture, we had discussed that the arrival is there, the arrival of Ratna at the house of the writer, and here Ranga meets Ratna. Actually, they do not meet personally, but there is a song sung by Ratna, and he just observed her. So here, let's see that what happens the next. Ratna stood at a distance, her head lowered. Students, you may keep your supplementary reader with you. Ranga repeatedly glanced at her. Once our eyes met and he looked very embarrassed. No one spoke for a long while. It was my coming in that stopped the singing. Let me leave. Words, mere words. The fellow said he would leave, but he didn't make a move. How can one expect words to match actions in these days of Kali Yuga? Here, actually, when Ranga entered the house, Ratna was singing a song, and because of his entrance, the singing and all these things stopped. So, and he was observing her, and he could observe even that thing also, that writer caught him observing her. And after a while, he just told the writer that actually it was him, it was Ranga only because of him that singing the song has been stopped, and that's why he should leave. Ranga told that now he should move, but actually he told only. He didn't make any kind of move, or even he didn't try to go outside. That's why here writer making this kind of satire that there is strong paradox between the words and the actions. Here there is no match. Rather we can say that there is strong mismatch between the action and the words, because he said to leave and he didn't leave, even he didn't try to leave. That's why this is the Kali Yuga. So there is not importance, because the people are not behaving in the same manner. Of course the things are very much important, significant, and related to our moral things, moral aspects, but here it is Kali Yuga. So we cannot expect, of course it is important, but we cannot expect this thing that there should be any kind of matching between the words and the actions. So it is about this thing. Let's proceed further. Ratna ran inside, overcome by shyness. After a while, Ranga asked, "Who's that girl?" "Swami." "Who's that inside?" The lion wanted to know. The he god who had taken shelter in the temple replied, "Does it matter who I am? I am a poor animal who has already eaten 9 lions. I have vowed to eat one more. Tell me, are you male or female?" The lion fled the place in fear. "It seems like the he got," I said. "What does it matter to either of us who she is? I'm already married and you aren't the marrying kind." Here, actually, Ranga is trying to make some kind of inquiry about Ratna, and that's why it seems that he is interested to know her, and that's why he's asking the question. Ratna had already gone inside because of shyness. Now Ranga is making inquiry, okay, and he's asking that who's that girl, Swami. Ranga is asking this question to the writer, that who's that actually girl. And the way here it is the example also given, that the goat and the animal and the lion, in the same manner he also replied in the same way that who cares about this person, what's it matter to either of us who she is. Means we don't care about her, or it doesn't matter totally for us that who actually she is, and that's why it is not that much important to know about her. I'm already married and you aren't the marrying kind. Means the writer is saying that I'm already married, I'm the person who is already married, and you are the kind of person who is not even interested to get married right now. So what does it matter? Why are you so interested to know about her? Actually, the writer means to ask these questions. Students, here you can observe this picture also. See, here the title is given Ranga's marriage, and that is the girl. Naturally, obviously, this girl is Ranga, and here on the chair, two people are there. So naturally, we can make this kind of assumption that one is Ranga and the another one is the writer. Okay, so here this is the picture. Yeah, you can see here, see the picture of harmonium that is also given. So Ratna was singing the song with the help of this harmonium. So it is confirmed here. So let's proceed furthermore in the story. It would be very interesting for us. What happens the next? Okay, fine. Very hopefully, he asked, "She isn't married?" Then his voice didn't betray his excitement, but I knew it was there. Means he was making inquiry more that whether she is married or not, and that's why. And the writer could feel this excitement also, that there is excitement and he is interested to know about her, about Ratna. She was married a year ago. His face shivered like a roasted brinjal. After a while, Ranga laughed, saying, "I must go. I work at home." See, here the change in the situation and the change even the mentality, when he expected that Ratna must be unmarried, okay, but here it is not there. Writer replied something different. Means the situation was something different. The writer told that actually she's married. She's not unmarried, and she was married a year ago. And when Ranga actually listened this statement, it was a kind of expression like a roasted brinjal on his face. And after a while, he said that he should leave the place because he has a lot of work at home. So what is going to be happen the next? Let's see. I went to our Shastri the next morning and told him, "Keep everything ready to read the stars. I'll come later." I tutored him in all that I wanted him to say. Means he told him whatever he wanted to say and to study about the stars. It's about the things related to birth and all. Next paragraph. I found no change in Ranga when I met him that afternoon. "What's the matter? You seem to be lost in thought," I said. Nothing wrong. Believe me. Headache? Come, let's go and see a doctor." When the writer observed him, he told that he's not seeming well. It means there is something problem with him. And Ranga pretended to be okay. And the writer asked him to go to the doctor. He advised him like that. "I have no headache. I'm my usual self. I'm normal. There is no headache." I went through the same thing when the process of choosing a girl for me was going on. But I don't think that could be a reason for your present condition. Ranga stared at me. "Come, let's go and see Shastri," I suggested. "We'll find out whether Guru and Shani are favorable for you or not." Here the writer has made a suggestion for him. He predicted that actually Ranga is in the tension, in the kind of trouble because of the situation related to marriage, and that's why he suggested that they both should go to the Shastri, so that there can be the kind of solution if there is any kind of problem related to Guru or Shani. These are the things related to stars and the things related to birth according to Hindu mythology. So these things are favorable for you or not. Writer is saying this thing. He is speaking this thing. Ranga accompanied me without any protest. As soon as Shastri saw me, he exclaimed, "What a surprise! Shyama, haven't seen you for a long time." Ranga accompanied me without any protest. It means he didn't deny. He totally agreed about this thing. He didn't oppose. As soon as Shastri saw me, he exclaimed, when the Shastri saw the writer, he exclaimed with glad, what a kind of surprise. And it was a long time. Shama is none other than your servant. Shama is none other than your servant, the narrator of this tale. I got angry and shouted, "What? Only this morning?" Shastri completed my sentence. "You finished all work and are now free to visit me." Had he not done so, I would have ruined our plan by bursting like grains that are kept in the sun to dry. I was extremely careful of what I said afterwards. Here, Shama just started speaking all these things he wanted to speak, and that's why the writer became little bit angry, and that's why he tried to control the situation according to the plan and all, and that's why he became that much careful what to speak afterwards. Shastri turned to Ranga. "When did the young son of our accountant clerk come home? What can I do for him? It's very rarely that he visits us." Means the family of Ranga is not actually habituated to come here to the place of Shastri, and that's why he's saying that it's very rare situation when the family members, the family from Ranga, they arrive at that place. That's why it's very rare for him. So what can actually he do for him? Next paragraph. Take out your paraphernalia. Our Rangappa seems to have something on his mind. Can you tell us what's worrying him? Shall we put your science of astrology to the test? There was authority in my voice as I spoke to Shastri. He took out 2 sheets of paper, some cowries, and a book of palmyra leaves, saying, "Ours is an ancient science. Yeah, there is a story to it, but I won't tell you that story now. This is not a harikatha, which allows you to tell a story within a story. You may get bored. I'll tell it to you some other time." Here, actually, the writer is telling Shastri, is saying him about seeing this kind of things. It's related about the field of astrology, and that's why it's the kind of science related to astrology. It's the kind of test of that, and that's why he's requesting, but actually it was not the request, it was the tone of authority, like the tone of order, and Shastri could little bit understand even, and then is saying that I can even speak, I can even tell you the story also, but right now I'm not going to tell anything to you because it may take time. That's why right now it is not the time. because this is not the kind of any kind of katha. That's why he's not going to tell that. I'll tell it to you some other time, not right now, but afterwards or some other time he can say about that. Shastri moved his lips fast as he counted on his fingers and then asked, "What's a star?" Ranga didn't know. Never mind. Shastri indicated with a shake of his head. He did some more calculations before saying in a serious tone, "It's about a girl." I had been controlling my laughter all this while, but now I burst out laughing. I turned to Ranga. Exactly what I had said. "Who's the girl?" It was your humble servant who asked the question. Shastri thought for a while before replying. She probably has the name of something found in the ocean. Kamla? Maybe. See, now they all are this the writer and here Shastri, they both are speaking and making conversation according to the plan. You can very easily observe, students, that they both are talking and making conversation according to the plan only. See, how can it be happened? He is observing all these things, clearly see all these things, and is saying that it's all about a girl. He predicts that now he knows everything about his life and all the condition, the situation and everything, and then is saying that, oh, the name can be like that, something that can be found from the ocean. And see, what is the name of that girl? Ratna. Okay, so the Ratna, that is the thing we can find from the ocean. So that also is speaking according to the plan. Kamla? Maybe. Could it be Pachi? Moss? Must it be moss if it's not Kamla? Why not pearl or Ratna, the precious stone? Ratna? The girl in Ramarao's house is Ratna. Tell me, is there any chance of our negotiations bearing fruit? Definitely, he said, after thinking for some time. There was surprise on Ranga's face and some happiness. I noticed it. But that girl is married, I said. Then I turned to him. His face had fallen. I don't know all that. There may be some other girl who is suitable. I only told you what our Shastra indicated. Shastri said. Means when actually Ranga heard this name Ratna, so he became very much surprised and it was a kind of happiness on his face. So the writer could observe this thing, the happiness on his face, and he was trying to know more these things about that what actually Ranga is thinking about this thing. So and afterwards Ranga told that actually that girl is already married, and Shastri replied that I don't know, that someone else also can be there, like this name Ratna and all. But I told the same thing, that my astrology science suggests me to tell you. We left the place. On the way, we passed by Ramarao's house. Ratna was standing at the door. I went in alone and came out a minute later. Surprising. This girl isn't married, it seems. Someone told me the other day that she was. What Shastri told us has turned out to be true after all. But Rangappa, I can't believe that you have been thinking of her. Swear on the name of Madhvacharya and tell me, is it true what Shastri said? Means when writer could see that there is Ratna, she was standing in front of the door and he just went to meet her, and when he returned back he told Ranga that actually there was a kind of misunderstanding with him because Ratna is not married. she's unmarried. Actually, it seems that she is married, but it is not so. And someone else, maybe on some another day, told this thing to the writer. And that's why it was a kind of misunderstanding with him. But actually, now he becomes surprised that are you actually interested in Ratna? Is there any kind of truth that was anything said by Shastri? So if there anything the truth, he can inform the writer. So it would be very interesting, students, to see that what will be the decision taken by Ranga and what will be happen the next and at the end of this story. So here, students, in your today's homework, you have to write down the thoughts, the arrival of the thoughts in the mind of Ranga and the plan of the writer and Shastri and the conversation between the Shastri and Ranga. Okay, these things you have to mention in detail. This is your today's homework. Fine. Suppose you find any doubt, any difficulty, then you are free to ask me, students. Okay, take care of your health and thank you. Have a nice day.